Thank you so much for joining us on this edition of our program, Issues of the Moment. Issues of the Moment is a current affairs program of Living Television Film Academy, ABA. And on today's edition of our program, we are going to take a look at the formation of a new political party in Nigeria. Nigeria's political landscape will be large soon, following the prospect of the formation of a new political party, Rescue Nigeria project. Some of the founders of the proposed party include former INEC chairman, Professor Atahiru Jiga, Professor Pat Utomi, and former governor of Cross River State, Donald Duke. Is the formation of a new party the solution to the litany of self-inflicted challenges confronting Nigeria, which is regarded as Africa's populous democracy? And today we have two discussants who are becoming regular contributors as far as this program is concerned. Sitting on my far left is the Abia State Chairman, Inter-Party Advisory Council, is Mr. C.K. Igara. Mr. Igara, welcome to the program. I also have in the studio an Aba-based legal practitioner. He is St. Moses Obonna. St. Moses Obonna, thank you for joining us on the program.
Thank you very much. Good morning, viewers.
Mr. Igara, let me start with you. Do you think that there will be any visible difference between the already existing parties we have in Nigeria and the proposed party that will maybe join us very soon in the Nigeria's political landscape, when you consider the nature of Nigeria's politics?
Thank you, Mr. Moderator. And let me start like this. Before you have a change, because human beings are the raw materials of politics, and because human beings are the raw materials of politics, unless you change the Nigerians, unless you give them a new orientation, unless you change their perception about politics generally, that is when we go away from what we're having right now. Coming to what you say that they will make any impact. Of course, it depends on the platform and the template they are coming up with. When APC came on board, APC brought together several political parties. And when they brought them together, they came with their different ideologies, they came with their different manpower, they came with their different zeal for one purpose. What was the purpose? The purpose was to out PDP from federal government. And that they achieved because it was perceived that PDP was not giving Nigerians what Nigeria. So, look at the Rescue Nigeria project. From what I heard yesterday from Bukaje, he said their major concern is not the political party, but their major concern is to follow a template that whichever political party that agrees, they will join a party. I think that is one area, because human beings are constant unless there is a very, very concerted effort to change the mentality of our people concerning politics. You still continue to have the same response and the same reward. Thank you very much.
Okay, from your answer, you are saying that the problem is not the formation of the new political party, but there must be a new orientation on the part of Nigerians.
I agree. That's what I said.
Okay, so Moses Obona, I'm still going to ask you that same question. Do you foresee any difference in the proposed party, or the difference will only be in name, Rescue Nigeria project, which I believe may evolve into a political party?
Yeah, according to my friend, he said that it can only be when we have, when we change the Nigerians or their attitudes, something like that. I think we can only have effect if we have a group of changed Nigerians, not a group of people who can change the Nigerians. There's none who can change the Nigerians. But they must change their attitude, be seen as people who are changed in order to change others and change the situation.
But the situation we still is having the same new wine in an old wine skin, coming to give us a different taste from what we used to have. Rescue Nigeria projects will be rescuing themselves and their party, whatever party they want to work with, and not Nigeria. Because these same names you have mentioned are the same names who colluded with other parties and they formed the APC. With one agenda, not to change Nigeria, not to better Nigeria, but just to oust PDP. At the moment they realized that, the agenda ended. They never cared what Nigeria will become after that removal of PDP. And now, all the bargains they had, the booties and the lootings they expected to have, the Japanese they expected to realize after the ousting of PDP has failed them. They have now gone back to form another one, Rescue Nigeria team, and they are now shopping for a party where they will carry their old wine into a new wine scheme, so that it will be possible for people to be deceived into believing that the content of this new wine scheme
is different.
It's not different. What Nigeria needs is not new party. What we need is leadership, new a rejuvenated leadership, a committed leadership, a leadership that wants to rescue Nigeria. Does not matter which party.
Okay, you were itching to say something.
Yes, as an addendum to what he said. Now, if you look at current APC right now, when APC took over the leadership of the country, too many men in PDP joined them. Too many of the juggernauts joined APC and became APC members. They have still not changed from what they used to be in PDP. Because they said PDP failed. And the same group of people that piloted their phase of PDP were also the same people that have piloted their phase of APC. So that's to tell you that what made PDP to fail have now joined APC. And it's also going to continue the failure of APC. Yes. So that's why I said initially that what we need is a change of attitude, a reorientation of human beings, because human beings are the major raw materials of politics. So if we want to get it right, we must change our perception, our attitude, our character, and everything about politics in this context.
Okay, we put this country first. Well above every other selfish interest.
Okay, thank you very much. Now, Mr. Gara, with due respect, politics is seen in Nigeria as an investment, and when it is seen as such, there must be a return on that very investment. Now, the founders of this proposed party, Rescue Nigeria project, do you think that they are serious in rescuing Nigeria, especially in the area of insecurity, or they want a peace of action?
Thank you very much. I honestly want to disagree with you with regard to politics being an investment. That's what's killing Nigeria. Like, before we came on air, there was a discussion I had with Barrister Sam Moses. This was basically on benefits, interests. If we continue to look at politics as investment, we'll remain where we are. Reason why things are this way is because too many people are seeing it as investment. You are the right candidate to contest this election. But because people are seeing it as investment, the money bags, those with deep pocket, will come, take it up, fund it. And then because you didn't fund it, so what they will do is they will give you their own terms. And with their own terms, once you agree and sign, whatever you agree, you must keep to it. And when you keep to it, that is when the investment will come. But if you have a paradigm shift from what we used to have, as my brother is here, and you, 3 of us, we decide we are going to mobilize Abians to vote, make sure Barrister Moses is the governor of Abia State. You are from Abia South and from Abia North. He doesn't have the resources, but we know he has the capability and the capacity to lead us to Eldorado. What we need to do is to present, that's why I said, our major focus now should be changing of the orientation of our people. So Moses may not have the resources, he may not have the contacts, he may not have many friends with deep pockets, but he will have the capacity to take us to where we should go to. Now, because he doesn't have the resources, and he may not agree with so-called stakeholders.
Or godfathers.
Good. I don't want to use the godfather, I want to use stakeholders. So once he may not agree with their terms, they will not look in his direction. But if we are the people, the society, and we say, Barrister Moses is our man. He has done this, and I think he can still do this. Or God said, it is going to be St. Moses. Let's allow him, let his resources be with him. Keep your resources. All of us will work towards your success. And when that is done, we will have right, we will have mouth, we have capacity to stop you and to talk to you and face you and tell you what you're doing is not why we send you there. Unless that is done, we continue to go around the same circle. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you. Now, Sir Moses, you heard him very well. He said that the only way we can make a genuine change in Nigeria is when we elect people based on competence and merit. Is that possible? I know that in advanced democracies of the world, that is possible. But in Nigeria as a third world country, is that possible? Can that be achieved in our generation?
It's very, very possible. I'll give you one example. Peter Obi wasn't a businessman or a politician of that sort. He was very competent. Very, very competent. In fact, he was the governor that everybody saw as a magician, a surprise. One who will travel from his state to Abuja, dragging his luggage. Today we have governors, in fact, the money they use in making one trip will be enough to pay the state salary, even when the state is being staffed. They believe in Germany because these are people who never expected to be governors. People, all their lives and dreams wasn't to be governor. In fact, the closest to they dreamed to be was PA or SA to a candidate. But in the end, you made him governor. And the moment he becomes governor, the mouth opens, the stomach widens. They no longer care about what happens to the ordinary people on the street. In fact, if you tell them the tin of milk is 200 or 500 naira, say, is that why people are crying? Because 500 naira makes no meaning anymore. This is the person who couldn't afford a tin of milk of 200 naira. So, what we're saying is that it is possible to have these people. We have them. But because they are people who cannot compromise people, people who will look you in the eyes and tell you where you are wrong, no politician will want to look you away. They will want to push you aside, give you a bad name. In fact, when anybody who wants to get anything from the governor, they use your name to gossip you, to tell you what shit you are talking about the governor, so that the governor will solve their problem based on his ears and not his eyes. We have competent people. The problem in Nigeria is not incompetence. It is putting the right competent people at the right place. These people who are now talking about new rescuing Nigeria are the people who dragged us into this quagmire. Instead of like our ruling party is now, if there is anything the president is doing that is wrong, instead of looking him in the eyes and telling him, Mr. President, what you are doing is wrong, let's do it this way. We will want to dance around him so that he will enter that problem, perpetuate the problem on Nigerians. And when you can no longer be able to solve this problem, you pull back. Because he did not give you your share, or did not look your way when he is trying to hand over, or is trying to zone the thing out of your own location. You now want to be seen as one who wants to rescue Nigeria. Rescue Nigeria from one party you have done before to another, and from that same party you want to pour us into another party. Very short time, maybe it is you who is pouring that we now want to rescue Nigeria from. I think what we need to do is to come around, do election the proper way it is supposed to do. Let the parties bring out competent people, like my friend said, competent people whose orientation is to salvage this country. People whose interest is that of the country and not of self people, not of their tribes, not of their family members, not of from their state. People who see Nigeria, who someday as an entity that is supposed to be unified, survive as a unity. Those are the people we want. It doesn't matter the party.
Okay, thank you very much. At this point, we are going to take a break, and when we come back, the rest of issues of the moment continues. Stay with us.
Television Film Academy about wishes to inform all the candidates who applied for the Skill Acquisition Scholarship Program sponsored by His Excellency Okezie Victor Ibazu PhD for a 1-year certificate training in film and mass communication that registration will commence on Monday 9th and end Friday 20th August 2021 from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. daily at the Academy's main campus, number 1 Judges Road, opposite Eziama Police Station, Opobo Road, Aba. Registration of intending trainees will be on first-come, first-served basis. Meanwhile, the auditioning of actors cum actresses for our epic film Ijani will commence on 21st August 2021. Interested actors cum actresses are invited to join as students and trainees in the film production. Enquiries 0816 641 1400. Management announcer.
Give us your, but it's not that you are bribing an officer like me.
No.
Yeah? Not tomorrow night you go tell them say you don't bribe officer like me.
No, we are just settling it.
back to the program. This is Issues of the Moment, and today we are taking a look at the proposed formation of a new political association in Nigeria, Rescue Nigeria Project. Now, Mr. Gara, you are a politician, but don't you think that politicians are taking Nigerians for a ride? Is it because of that Nigerians are very docile? Don't you think that there is something they can do to bring about the desired change we have been yearning for in Nigeria?
I want to personally thank you for this particular question. I agree with you. Our people are very docile. They are indifferent to political activities. The opinion holders should talk to our people. If the traders, the trade unions should talk to their members. If the town unions should talk to their villagers, their brothers and sisters. If all the associations should talk to their people, please go and register. When you register, vote and stand and make sure that your vote counts. Once these things are done, we'll get the right people there. And people should also participate. Go to political parties and be members. Why parties are at liberty with what they do? Just like you had what we were discussing here before we came up about nomination of a governorship candidate. You know, I disagree with him that it shouldn't be the right way to nominate a governorship candidate. It should evolve from the process. It should be the people that will say this. Whether if he doesn't have the resources, but he has the integrity and the capacity, somebody else can nominate him. I remember during the era of my father, when my father contested, that was at the national level, before we were born. He was elected because of his capacity and integrity. And that time he contested, when he was under teacher, he contested against a principal. And the principal said, "Child, even this man just won me with one vote." So you see, it is as a result of interest of people in a particular person.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Gara. I think you have made your point. Now, it's Moses Obunna. As we speak, we have 18 registered political parties in Nigeria. Is there nothing Nigerians can do by telling the political class, look, the formation of a new party is not a problem with Nigeria. The problem with Nigeria is effective leadership. Can't they say so, irrespective of religious and ethnic background?
How would they say that except they say it through the ballot papers?
But it does appear that people have lost confidence in the electoral process.
Beautiful. That is why we are very surprised that when the electronic bill was being contested, that some people wish, let's have electronic elections.
And it was opposed.
Yes, somebody will say, though we can have electronic voting, we cannot transmit results electronically.
To be true for that reason.
Because the people in government knows that the people they are governing have lost confidence in them. These are people who want to perpetuate themselves in power. They want to be there until the kingdom comes, especially those in the lawmaking arena, because they believe they want to be there as their, what do you call it, retirement. So that's why every governor, after his tenure, serving out his tenure,
We go to the Senate.
he go to the Senate, because he knows there is no temporal limitations there. He wants to be there and retire. He wants to be there to run away from the long arms of government over the evils he perpetrated on the people while in government. Listen, let me tell you. If you look at the people, the will of the people is different. Actualizing that will is another. If the environment for the person to actualize his will is not given, what does he do? He goes there, cast his vote, have their say, and the illegals will have their way. Okay, look at INEC. What does it take? We have networks all over the place. Press 001. Boom. The whole thing that comes out is for general election. Say presidential election, press 1. Boom. You press 1. all the parties for presidential election will come up. If PDP, press 1. If APC, press 2. Because what we are voting is party, not person.
Not the candidate.
Not the candidate itself. If AA, press 3. If that, as we are pressing. Because in the code you have put in your voters card number. For presidential election, the moment you press 1, that voters card will not vote for presidential election again.
Okay, thank you.
It's a very simple thing, and that's everybody is pressing. Let me tell you, there has never been any election. Everybody that is registered is expected to vote. How many percentage of the people do vote? But you will now come to say the reason why we should not have a transmission of election result is because of network, because we will deny certain people. Who tell you? Even my own mother at home, before he goes to vote, he asks his son, "One, because she is an illiterate, she does not even know where the place Africa. Somebody tells her. So if at home the whole family comes to say, Mama, they get to answer Papa. Yeah, say, but after doing the formalities, you say, okay, press the Papa 1. She presses 1. It's very simple, because we are not sincere. Because we
to contribute in this.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, Mr. Ghana.
Yes. From the question you asked, is there nothing we can do?
Yes. The people.
Yes, the people. Now, as IPAC chairman, when I come on board, I started looking for like-mindeds, looking for organizations that can help us re-engineer the mindset of our people. I came in contact with Africa Embrace Network. This Africa Embrace Network is an organization that said that God gave them a vision of transforming the entire Africa, and that they are beginning with Abia State as a template. And fortunately, the national or the international president is an Uganda. So when I met him, I asked him, what is your mission? He said their mission is to give a new orientation to our people so that we go away from winner takes all. If you are not rich, you cannot contest. So he outlined all their objectives. I fell in love with them. I started partnering with them. And we have been holding several seminars and symposiums. The last one was at Abbas Sports Club. Now, this same group of people, they have also created a synergy with INEC. INEC confessed that since they started doing everything they do, they have never seen a group like that. Now, why am I mentioning this group? It's because we know that the major concern of our people is orientation and reorientation, and that's what those groups stand for. So we'll achieve that.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Garanda. With that, I think we have come to the end of today's edition of Issues of the Moment. I want to thank you for being part of the show. I want to thank my two discussants, the Abia State Chairman of Interparty Advisory Council, Mr. C.K. Igara, and Sir Moses Obona, a legal practitioner. Gentlemen, thank you for taking part in today's edition of Issues of the Moment.
Thank you very much.
My name is Chimezie Ozenza. I also want to thank you for taking part. Stay tuned.